instantly regretting his decision when he realizes that the oil in his hair has not been changed in at least 20,000 miles. Hey there, sports fan. Hygiene is important, and pro wrestling can get very smelly. I've been in thousands of dressing rooms, and most of them stinked.
Stink, stank, stunk.
In 1988, the NWA perfected the stink technology, stinknology, TM, to such a degree that they proudly unveiled the world's smelliest wrestler, Danny Little. The Midnight Express came out dressed like your Meemaw at Pap Pap's retirement party. And I'm already nervous because Danny Little already looks like he's gonna puke.
If you're gonna spew into this.
And look, sports fan, I know that he's stinky. You know that he's stinky because that's the whole video, right? But just look at him. He looks smelly, even on almost 40-year-old video. His skin looks gray. The bathing suit he found has been worn in the pool and dried in a hotel shower curtain rod way too many times without being washed. You're gonna get an infection. And no knee pads? Well, that's strike three.
Strike three. You only get one more, Mike.
Spandex doesn't look good on everybody, but baggy spandex looks bad on everyone. Danny Little does look like he dropped a little load in his diaper.
I shitted on myself.
Bobby Eaton has already picked up the scent and it stopped him in his tracks. He has no choice but to jump immediately to the, listen, your mother and I, we're not mad, young man, okay? We're disappointed. He even appears to try to leave at one point.
All right, I give up. I admit it. It stinks.
Eaton then makes an uncharacteristically rookie mistake and allows Danny Little to circle around the ring, creating a circular stink flow, a brown dervish, a stink NATO, if you will. Bobby then checks in with his partner Stan and tells him,
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Danny Little waves Bobby in like he loves the scent of whatever cheese is forming in that part of the trunks where the seam meets his moist inner thigh. Bobby Eaton will not lock up, knowing it would be instant death, so he begins clubbing the young man who crumbles to the ground exactly like someone who has never been in wrestling class. Bobby Eaton then takes the risk of his life by grabbing that old wet mop on top of Danny Little's head, instantly regretting his decision when he realizes that the oil in his hair has not been changed in at least 20,000 miles. Giving up on society, much like Danny Little did long ago, Eaton decides to punish us all by throwing this human-sized Gorgonzola's cesspool of an ass directly at us. Stan Lane even considers grabbing Pigpen, but decides that he loves his family more and just walks away. Man, leave it alone. It's not worth it. Little calmly pries the spandex out of his crusty crack, which sounds about as fun as trying to pry out all the stranger's hairs out of a bowl of room temperature cottage cheese. Bobby decides to end things early with a real stomp to the head, but
nothing can kill the grimace.
The cameras then continue to betray us and our trust by filming Danny bending down into the ring, which appears to be the origin story of Penguin's filthy pajamas in Batman Returns. Bobby tosses a real quick punch to the face, but then doesn't know what to do with his hands. Stan Lane then drives a front kick into Little's bread basket that's only gonna make the load in the back of his trunks heavier. Little then pops up and backs off Stan Lane as he charges up his stink palm.
Stink palm. Take your hand, you stick it in your ass like this. You've been walking all day and you're also nervous, so no doubt you'll be sweaty as hell.
Stan fights for his life, but is forced to make a desperation move.
Would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel?
The Midnight Express bust out the rocket launcher, but are left with a quandary, sports fan. How do you pin a man whose stink lines are so powerful, it's like when you try to put two magnets together the wrong way and they're just pushing back on each other. You just hover on top of them till you die from the smell, crazy from the heat.
The smell overcame him.
Bobby manages to break through the stink field with one pinky for the...
Look at that! One finger on that idiot!
That, however, was the beginning and end of Danny Little's wrestling career. Finally defeated, his putrid soul fumigated out of his body and went back to that weird puddle under the Arby's dumpster where it belongs.
You know how long it takes for that smell to come off? Scrub all you like, it'll stick around for at least 2 days.
West Virginia wrestling locker rooms smell like stale sweat, fresh body odor, and a liberal crop dusting of Axe body spray trying to just hold it all down. But nothing beats ass.
Lemons is trying to catch up, ass is laughing. Ha! Ha!